Welcome to Inner Mongolia, one of China's most controversial regions, brought to international attention a few years ago due to protests on CCP directives on the Mongolian language education. This area rarely sees travelers during the winter due to the harsh climate and cold winds coming from Siberia. It is one of China's poorest regions, but that's changing, well, for some, thanks to the discovery of rare earth metals. According to government handouts, foreigners are barred from the road within 15 kilometers of the Mongolian border. Unfortunately, those are the only roads available right now since the highway is shut down due to the ice.
Well, checkpoint number 2, no problems.
So join me as I attempt to cross the restricted section of Inner Mongolia, enjoy waiting in police checkpoints, and stay in China's worst hotel, which, welcomed by a lot of burning garbage, I have just arrived in, and I'm going to let you guys know how it is in the morning. Arrived in the first city in Inner Mongolia, and greeted with a nice campfire in the middle of the street. Look at the beautiful view. The beautiful view you get from the second best hotel in the prosperous Chinese city of Qiqihar. And look at the room at the second nicest hotel in the prosperous city of Qiqihar. It has nice furnishings. You can see that at least the floor is insulated, among other things. This is what $26 gets you in Qiqihar. Look, they even have a restaurant. Time to find out what a luxury breakfast looks like in Qiqihar. I might be skipping those for safety reasons. Well, this is the luxury breakfast you get at Qiqihar's. Second best hotel. Well, it's too early for this. Got a nice pile of food poisoning. Some of this looks pretty nice. There's some shockers in there. You got freshwater crabs. There's a nice little hairy one. That one's risky. Well, I don't know how I'm supposed to eat it, to be honest. Welcome to the gateway to Inner Mongolia, the city of Qiqihar, which, our beautiful hotel room spoke a lot of numbers to the second best hotel room in Qiqihar spoke a lot of numbers to what we're up against from here on out. Alright, so this is the city of Qiqihar, which I don't think has too much historical significance for me, but it is named Qiqihar via the Dwar word, which is an ethnic group living just west of this city, and one of the only places in the world where they still remain. Given there's like 6,000 or so in Mongolia, they brought over some Islam from the Xinjiang province of China, and the only historical thing I could find in Qiqihar is an old mosque from the 1600s. So I'm going to pay a little visit to that, but really this is just our gateway to Mongolia. And surprisingly, it's negative 10 degrees, but there's no snow to be found because this is a desert. Let's see if we can find the Mosque of Qiqihar. Look at the police golf cart. Where have we ended up? I accidentally drove through the morning market, slowing me down considerably on my mission to find Mongolia's oldest mosque. Might take a minute to get through all of this. This is what a market in Qiqihar looks like. Let's drive through the masses without running over that woman's vegetables. Where is it? This does not seem like a successful venture at the moment. It is driving through chaos, morning market chaos. Oh my god. My goal is not to run over any old women.
Frozen chicken.
Oh, what do you know? They're naturally frozen because it's fucking freezing here. After over an hour being lost and using 2 different map apps giving me very different coordinates, I finally found the mosque. Let's just park here. We're just gonna be a minute. This is a mosque from the 1600s. Oh, it looks like we found it. So behind me, you have the gateway towards the Bukwi Mosque, which is one of the first mosques in northeastern China imported by the Duor people. Looks like it's closed right now. Maybe it's not the operating hours. But it's a Duor mosque brought over from Xinjiang in the 1600s via the Duor people migrating over time to northeastern China, marking one of the furthest northern mosques in the greater area, and the world for that matter. Well, that's it for Qiqihar. On to the far north. It's time to leave. My goal now is to reach the closed off border sections and see if the Chinese police will let me through. So for the rest of the drive, it's onto the Mongolian border, and word on the street is that foreigners are not allowed within a certain mileage point along the border, and I couldn't find anything else other than that. So there's a good chance that we're not even allowed to drive this way. But if the police checkpoints are what they were on the Korean side, then we can hope that most of them are closed, which means no one will check us or bother us and I can carry on with my life. If not, we'll be sent back, hopefully with enough fuel to return without running out of gas. Everything is so big here. Yeah, it's so random. It's such like a properly set up rest stop. We're truly in the middle of nowhere. We were almost the only people at this luxury rest stop, but I stocked up on some Chinese and Russian sausages for the long drive ahead. The main highway is closed now for the next few hundred miles, so for the remainder of the day, it's time to see if we're allowed to continue on this border road. It is the sheep. That's a fucking herd. God damn. Alright, that was our first police checkpoint, heading in towards the Mongolian border, and we were let through without a problem. So that's good news for us. Dude just took a picture of my Chinese driver's license. He didn't even look at my passport. Did he look at yours?
Yeah, he looked at my passport.
Huh. My driver's license was enough, I guess. Well, that's good. That is a good sign for moving forward. Deeper into the Chinese Mongolian countryside, I started passing some of the reasons these areas are often restricted, with big mining operations in the background. Yeah, the landscapes are fucking huge here. It's like Martian. Oh, it's really, really cold as well. There they are! The Mongolian dog! Oh shit. This is good because I was just talking about yesterday, the Mongolian dog, the Barfur dog, is one of the highest level of ascension that you can get. So if you die as a shamanistic Mongolian person, then you can be reincarnated, and one of the most honorable things to be reincarnated at is one of those dogs. So it's nice that we got to see one in the wild, in its natural habitat. Do you think those were reincarnations, or do you think they were...
Yeah, they were lovers in the past.
I think they were probably reincarnations. They were. Looks like we have government, military controlled area coming up. And maybe another checkpoint. Well, checkpoint number 2, no problems.
I stopped here to take a look at this seemingly important horse monument and to follow some tracks in the snow, but our car really wasn't meant for these kind of roads.
I wanted to get a glimpse of the lake that this region's named after, Hulunbuir, world's largest city. The city is named after the lake about 1 kilometer that way, but it's so cold, this wind-swept, snowy plains, and quite frankly, this road is too difficult for our car. I don't think the rental car can handle the remainder of this drive. There's a lot of dangerous things that live out here as well. The marmots here have the bubonic plague, and there's wolves.
I'm back on the road for now, trying to cover good ground before the sun goes down since the roads are known to ice over in the evenings.
Alright, and that's the last sunset of Inner Mongolia. It's going to be a dark, icy drive for the rest of the way. Maybe, if we're lucky, some nice stars. And if we're unlucky, the bubonic plague.
After getting stopped by police 2 more times, with the latter forcing us to empty our entire car in negative 30-degree weather, we needed something to eat, and I found this village restaurant with some Mongolians fighting outside of it, which is surely a good sign for the food.
This is what happens in Mongolia, Inner Mongolia, in China. Oh, it's so late, it's like 7. Oh, yeah. Deep in Inner Mongolia. Nowhere near any tourist sites, we found mutton on the pavement. Having never had pavement mutton before, I think this is the ideal opportunity to try something new to consume.
Maybe we showed up at an odd time. They had to turn the lights back on for us while presumably the chef was cleaning up a whole quarter of lamb in a bucket. We're welcomed by a woman with a sheer Happen sweatshirt with an impressive amount of gibberish on the back. Like, really impressive. Take a moment and read that.
Everyone seems very amused with our presence. We got a nice little side of some kind. Seems pretty good. Massive pot of lamb and I don't know what exactly else.
The food was good, but it's time to carry on. Now late in the evening, the icy winds have frozen the road, the plants, my car, and seemingly everything else around it. There are 2 more police checkpoints to get through before I can make it back onto a main road, but thankfully we are once again let through. Maybe the old government handout and the border restrictions are expired, but more likely, I think nobody really knows since it's too niche of a directive, and it's not like many foreigners come through here anyways. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll join me next week for part 2, where I'm going to explore the world's largest city in a way that might be surprising.